long does he meditate both day and night? And he shall be like a tree planted by streams of water that bringeth forth its fruit in its season, and whose leaf does not wither, and in whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. And whose leaf does not wither, and in whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Now wait a minute, not so the wicked. Hallelujah. Oh, they are like the chaff which the wind blowing away is blowing. Therefore the wicked shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord regardeth the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. I just came here to tell you, I just came here to tell you, for the Lord regardeth the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will. Oh, no, no, no. Ooh, oh, no. It is in the law of the Lord, and in his law does he meditate both day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by streams of water. That's what I'm talking about. That bringeth forth his fruit in its season, yeah.
And whose leaf doth not wither, and in whatsoever he doeth, it shall prosper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now wait a minute. And whose leaf does not wither. Hallelujah. And in whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. I just want to testify. And whose leaf does not wither. Happy is the man. Whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. I just need to testify. Hey, hey, what the Most High has done for me. Now wait a minute. And then whatsoever he doeth hallelujah shall prosper. Whoa. Yeah.
All right. Beautiful song. And straight to the point. Happy is the man, and a woman for that matter. And my name is Yamsuf Arif, and this is the Real Talk for Real People Study Show, where we study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and get some perspective on his chosen people, and certainly keep a pulse on our enemies. And you may ask yourselves, Yamsuf Arif, why do you and Brother Katria appear to be so succinct and enlightening and informative in your studies? Simply, I suspect by virtue of our studies, Brother Katria and I, we have a certain amount of wisdom and understanding. And also, we don't neglect the full mass material that we have available. Our enemies like to tell us, skip to the loop on your studies. Study the so-called Old Testament here, there, and here, over there. Don't do that. Don't study there. Don't go over there. Oh, no, please don't go there. And virtually stay with the new thing. See, the Most High, you don't need anything new. The Most High is everlasting. And why would he need anything new? The Most High is not fickle man-minded like men, that he would not know the cause and effect of everything. So why would he need anything new? But that's what your enemies would like you to believe. You need something new. And also, because of the fact, I suspect, the day you come in judgment before the Most High, they can say, well, they had the Most High word in front of them, but they neglected to study the Most High word. They went to the new thing. And they skipped the new studies. So I suspect why Brother Kytrell and I, we seem so succinct and poignant and informative and enlightening in our studies, because we trust in the Most High. We study the Most High in its entirety. And we're students of that study. We're students of that study that like to master the studies of the Most High word, whom we like to share with our students. We're simply students like you. But we are analysts in our studies also. We analyze cause and effect. We analyze our history. We analyze our contemporaries. We put things together. So I suspect that's why our studies seem so succinct and poignant and enlightening and informative, where you get those wow moments. That's what I suspect. But before we get started with these studies, I certainly want to thank a daughter of Zion, Sister Nasanya, my Isha, simply my wife, who is the administrator of the show. Keep us in line. And, I just spoke about Brother Katria, our dear friend, brother, elder, and elder on the council of the nation. We bring these studies to you, not because we're getting paid for it. No, because the core of the matter, the foundation of the matter. We love the Most High with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. And our brothers and sisters, as I said, we would be negligent if we didn't do so. That's why we bring these studies to you. They have been enlightened and formed according to the Most High word. And it's whole contextual study of the Most High word, not some skip to the loo version of study. Praise the Most High. But before we get started in these studies, and I introduce Sister Nasanya and Brother Katria. Well, no, let me introduce them first. And after I introduce them, I'm going to give some blessings to the Most High. And we'll proceed forward in these studies. I will proceed in the book of Job. And Lucifer in chapter 22 accuses Job of wickedness. Just straight out, hey, you wicked, brother. That's not the case, but that's what he's doing. In the book of Malachi, Brother Katria will be speaking in reference chapter 3, the coming messengers in regards to the Most High. But before we get started, let me bring my Isha on, the administrator of the show, a daughter of Zion, like you other daughters out there. She rocks the cradle. that rules the world, meaning she rocks it in accordance to the Most High word, unlike a lot of our sisters. Nasanya, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot. Shalom.
Thank you, Yamsu. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back. Ready to get into the studies, get into the knowing. Hallelujah.
Praise Yah, Nasanya, and it's a pleasure to have you back, Esau. Praise the Most High. Brother Cottrell, your mic is hot. May the Most High bless you.
Shalom, shalom, family. Bless Yahweh my soul and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. Giving all honor and praise to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. I'm sorry. How y'all doing? Praise Yah.
We're doing okay, brother. And if I may speak for Nasanya and I, how you doing, your Esau and your family, brother? And thank you for asking.
Everybody's well. Praise Yah. Giving thanks and praise.
Praise the Most High, Brother Cottrell.
Yes, sir.
Well, before we get started, I'd like to give some praises and blessings to the Most High. I'd like to thank the Most High for this format, the Real Talk for Real People show. I'd like to thank the Most High for Brother Cottrell and his love for the Most High and his love for the nation and the national interests of the nation by virtue of these studies. I'd like to thank the Most High for Nasanya, a daughter of Zion, like all of you daughters of Zion out there, a hand that rocks the cradle by virtue of her administering the show and her presence being here. I'd like to thank the Most High for you other students out there in Radio Land. And I pray that the Most High give you wisdom and understanding in accordance to the Most High word. I'd like to thank the Most High for every aspect and a facet of my life. I'd like to thank the Most High for perhaps having my soul restored for his name's sake and restored my health for his name's sake to continue these studies. I'd like to thank the Most High for the water I drink, the air I breathe, for my soul, and everything that is within my confine. Bless and praise his holy name. Praise the Most High. So, Nasanya, do you have anything before we get started?
No, sir.
Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Cottrell, do you have anything before we get started?
Nope.
Okay. Fellow students, let's get started. The book of Job, chapter 22. Eliphaz, just point blank, just put his finger on Job, put the dirt on him. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said to Job, can a man be profitable to Yah? Hey, what value are you to Yah? Just being a human person, something that the Most High made. What of any profit of value can you be to Yah? Though he who is wise may be profitable to himself. Now, if you got it going on the way you got it going on, and you're doing what you do with everything you got in a constructive and a positive manner, and it works for you, yes, it can be profitable for you unto itself. But being profitable to the Most High unto itself, no. He says in verse 3, is it any pleasure to the Almighty that you are righteous? Just because you're righteous, what do the Most High get out of it? Just because you're righteous. What is the Most High getting out of your righteousness, per se? Or is it gain to him that you make yourself blame? Either that you make yourself blame. Is it going, does the Most High get anything out of it? Simply by you being blameless? And in verse 4, is it because of your fear of him that he corrects you? It's because you have I understand it from your human perspective, Job, and your fear of him, that compares you to do what's right. Are you compared to do what's right, Job, because of your reasonable fear of the Most High? And enter into judgment with you? In verse 5, is not your wickedness great? You know, he's putting the finger on Job. And your iniquity, well, that is, apparently that must be the case there, Job. And that's why you find yourself in the situation you find yourself in. And in verse 6, for you have taken pleasure. He goes on to make indictments against the brother. Now, these are not verified indictments. He's going on to speak what his mind says. No verifiable information or concrete information. He's just speaking at the side of his neck, so to speak. He says in verse 6, for you have taken pleasures from your brother for no reason. That's a lie. You have stripped the naked of their clothing, Job. That's a lie. You have not given the weary water to drink, in verse 7. That's a lie. You have withheld bread from the hungry. That's a lie. But the mighty man, in verse 8, possessed the land, and the honorable man dwelt in it. And he says in Job, in verse 9, you have sent widows away empty. You ain't did anything for the widow women. And the strength of the fatherless was crushed. The orphans were crushed as a result of your actions. In verse 10, therefore snares are all around you. See, Job, you find yourself in the situation you find yourself in by the loss of your children, by the loss of your flocks, the stolen of your flocks, by your feet physically, from the top of your feet to the bottom of your, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, you have boils on yourself. And your wife is salty against you, and your servants are salty against you. See, these are the result of your actions, Job. That's what's happening to you. And he laid it out. He indicted Job, and he said, that's why you find yourself in the situation that you find yourself in. And he said, in verse 10, therefore snares are all around you as a result of your actions, Job. And sudden fear troubles you as that result. Or darkness so that you cannot see. In verse 11. And an abundance of waters cover you as a result of your action. You're drowning by your actions, Job. Your actions have brought you to the situation you find yourself in, Job. And you're drowning in misery. And in verse 12, is not Yah in the heights of heaven? True. And see the highest stars, how lofty they are? True. And in verse 13, and you said, what does Yah know? He put the words in Job's mouth, isn't he? Not only people like that, they only put dirt on you, they put words in your mouth. People do that. Wicked folk do that. They're good at it. They're good at putting dirt on you and putting words in your mouth. And he said, you said, Job, what does Yah know? Can he judge through the deep darkness? Like, as you question Job, but you're putting words in Job's mouth. In verse 14, thick clouds cover him, Yah, so that he cannot see. And he walks above the circle of heaven. And he tells Job, will you keep to the old way? Will you keep doing things the way you're doing things? So like they say, Alcoholics Anonymous, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You better take an ex-fool advice. Yamsuf know about that. Alcoholics Anonymous and some more other anonymous too. So he's making reference to Job, and he's saying, Job, is you going to keep to the old way, keep doing what you're doing, expecting different results? With the wicked man, which wicked men have tried. And believe you me, in that vast darkness, Yamsuf been there, done that. And wicked folk travel in wicked lands. That's why they seem to gravitate and work together, unlike some of us, unfortunately. But wicked folks seem to look at Donald Trump, Elon Musk. Think about it for a moment, students. Think about your own personal lives. And have you seemed to come across situations like that? But it seems like everything against you, and most evil folk working together in concert. Unlike us, which we should be working together in concert. Good people, blameless people, righteous people. But he tells Job, Job, you're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result? I don't think so. That's what Elisapha is saying to Job. He says in verse 16, and he said, these wicked folk to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, who were cut down before their time. They didn't even complete their own life course, whose foundation was swept away by a flood. In Noah's day, that's certainly the case. wicked men and women were swept away. That's certainly the case there. And in verse 17, they said to Yah, depart from us. I imagine they told Noah, you crazy as hell. You building this big luxury boat out here, and you've been 100-something years building this boat. But did that deter Job? No, excuse me, did that deter Noah? See, it just goes to show you, that's how wicked folk do. They're not going to encourage you. They're not going to motivate you. They're not going to push you in the right direction. What they're going to do, they're going to demean, insult, belittle you. Then they're going to put words in your mouth. Be prepared. That's just the end result of wicked people. And so, in verse 17, these wicked people, they said to Yah, depart from us. As I made mention, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, certain people you know of. What can the Almighty do to them? But Elizabeth says, as a result of Yah, yeah, he filled their houses with good things. It's the allowance of Yah, in spite of himself, unbeknownst to themselves, in the case of Elon Musk, and Donald Trump, and so on and so forth, and people you know. But the counsel of the wicked is far from me. And in verse 19, an astute man and a woman, the righteous see it, they see it. They see what's going on with the Donald Trumps and the Elon Musk of the world. They see what's going on in our personal lives, maybe on their job, maybe in one of their families, but they see the contrast of it. And they are glad because they have expectations. They don't have expectation of the wicked. They have expectation of the Most High and are glad. And the innocent laugh at them in derision, I suspect. Donald Trump crazy as hell. Elon Musk have lost their mind. They here today, going tomorrow. They just don't even know it yet. And I suspect some of your friends, some of the folks at your job, and some people in your family, and you look at them with the same frame of mind. Surely, in verse 20, our adversaries are cut down. See, you ain't got to worry about Donald Trump. You don't have to worry about Elon Musk. You don't have to worry about the people on your job. You don't have to worry about some of your friends. You don't have to worry about some of your family members. Why? Because the Most High will cut them down. See, you're worried about the wrong thing. Let the Most High worry about that. You just worry about keeping information in alignment with the Most High. In spite of what people are saying about you, in spite of people putting words in your mouth, just keep doing the right thing. The Most High will cut them down sooner or later. And the fire consumes their remnant. In verse 21. And he says exactly what I just made reference to. And let's find. He said, now acquaint yourself with him. Who's him? Yah. And be at peace. We ought to acquaint ourselves with Yah. That's our problem. We want to be acquainted with the Democratic Party, Republican Party, so-called Black Lives Matter, and so on and so forth. But we need to acquaint ourselves with the Most High and the Most High alone. Because in the final analysis, and this is making reference to, it's predicated on the Most High. The Most High make allowances as far as these individuals are concerned. And you are worried about to acquaint yourself with the Most High. And this is said, therefore, thereby good will come to you. That's a fact. And you better take an ex-fool's advice, Yom Suf. And 22, receive, please, instruction from his mouth. Whose mouth? Yom Suf? Cottrell? Democratic Party? Black Lives Party? Republican Party? No. Please receive, please, instruction from him. How do we do that? By virtue of these studies. That's how we do it. And lay up his words in your heart. Not Yom Suf's word. I can't do a damn thing for you. But lay up the Most High word in your heart. And he said in verse 23, after making these allegations against Job, if you return to the Almighty, you will be built up. But that is not the case there. He never left the Almighty. Job hadn't. He says to Job, you remove iniquity far from your tents, all that dirty get far from your tents. Then you will lay up your gold in the dust, and the gold of Ophir among the stones of the brooks. You'll be wealthy beyond all imagination in a spiritual sense. In verse 25, yes, the Almighty will be your gold. Hallelujah. And your precious silver, a double hallelujah. In verse 26, for then you will have your delight in the Almighty. You will have your focus on the right thing, not on Elon Musk, Donald Trump, some members in your family, some friends among you, even some folks on your job. See, we are focusing on the wrong thing. They can't do anything for anybody. We should lay our focus, as this fire is saying in reference to Yah, should be concerned, and telling Job this. But Job don't need this. But Yah didn't put this in his studies because Job need this. Yah put these in his study because we need this. Praise the Most High. And in verse 26, for then you will have your delight in the Almighty and lift your face up to Yah. In verse 27, you will make your prayer to him, not the Democratic Party, not Black Lives Matter, not the Republican, not Yom Suf. I can't do nothing for you, and they can't do anything for you because your focus is not on them. Your focus is on your Creator. They aren't your Creator. It's just that simple. And Eliphaz is right in that regard, but wrong in reference to Job. He says, he will hear you, and you will pay your vows. Here's what y'all do, Job, he's saying. Pay your vows. You will also declare a thing, and it will be established for you. So light will shine on you in verse 28, on your ways. In verse 29, when they cast you down, when people put you down, that's exactly what Eliphaz is doing. And you said exaltation will come. And that certainly is the case with Job. Job hadn't got off the mark. Eliphaz has got off the mark. Eliphaz is making these allegations in reference to Job when Job hadn't did anything. And I expect that Job has this certain feeling for us, the Most High is good. When he said, when Eliphaz makes the statement in verse 29, when they cast you down, and that's to be expected, people, students, that's to be expected from some among us, and even from some not among us, and certainly from our enemies. It's expected, should be expected to be put down. It goes along with being close to the Most High. So, Eliphaz says, in verse 29, when they cast you down, and you said exaltation will come. That certainly is the case there. Of a man and a woman close to the Most High, no matter who casts you down. Then he will save the humble person. Eliphaz is correct. The Most High will save the humble people. Eliphaz is correct, but not in regard to Job. But it's certainly in regards to us. We need these studies. And it's a dissertation on what we need. That's why the Most High Word left this in his word. And in verse 30, he said, he will deliver one who is not innocent. Somebody that's not completely innocent. Even Yah can vindicate them if he wanted to. I can't do it. Yom Suf can't do anything for you. Yom Catriel can't do anything for you. But share the Most High Word with you. But the Most High can do anything and everything for us in any regard, even to the point of delivering one who is not entirely innocent. Yes, Eliphaz says, He will be delivered by the purity of your hand, not mine, not Yum Su's hand. I can't be delivered by the purity of my hands. I'm dirty. The Most High said you're all dirty out there. No one can be delivered by the purity of their own hands. King David knew that. A man, the king of the nation, made reference to this point. I utilize it all the time. King David was praying to the Most High in the book of Psalms one day. He said, Yah, forgive me of my iniquities. They're numerous than the hairs on my head. Mind you, this is a king who conquered many for the sake of the Most High in the nation. He said, my iniquities are numerous than the hairs on my head, and I'm lower than a dog. King David was a humble man, unlike a lot of us, who think simply by being an Israelite, that in itself is enough to solidify your relationship with the Most High. No, it's not. Never have been, never will be. It takes humility. It takes self-examination. It takes you knowing that you can't do anything for you, even to the point and degree that you can't redeem yourself. You can't clean yourself. Only the Most High can do that. And Lucifer is right in that regard. As I said, these studies weren't left for Joe. These studies virtually were left for us. Praise the Most High for that. And in conclusion, that does conclude it. And I make reference, and you may make mention, Brother Cottrell and Brother Yum Su, why are you guys so astute and poignant and meaningful when you bring the Most High word? I suspect that the Most High has given us wisdom and understanding. And I suspect also, along with that wisdom and understanding, we don't neglect any of the Most High word. We take the whole gamut of the Most High word, not this new thing, this so-called old thing. And we do a critical analysis and assessment of said study matter. And we're students of that. We're students of that until our caskets drop. That's why we're students. And that's why we encourage and motivate you to be students also of the Most High word. Not listening to your enemies, and certainly not listening to those that have sold out to your enemies. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. Now, Sonia, do you have any comments or commentaries in that regard?
No, none at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nasonia. Brother Cartier, do you have any comments or commentaries in that regard?
Oh, nope, not at all.
Thank you, brother. Praise Yah. Fellow students, Brother Cartier, we'll proceed to the last segment of study for today. That's in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, Coming Messenger. Praise the Most High. Brother Cartier, you have the mic.
All praise to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael, for the great prophet Malachi, my messenger. Yah has many messengers, and a lot of people waiting for Jesus to come back, but Yah ain't talking about Jesus here.
Hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah. Praise Yah.
This messenger is, we're going to find out in tomorrow's version of Malachi who this messenger is. Yah says, I will send my messenger in chapter 3, verse 1, who will prepare the way before me. Then suddenly Yah, you are seeking, will come to his temple. The messenger of the covenant, whom you desire, will come, says Yah Almighty. Again, we see that temple is already built. Yah going to come to his temple, and the messenger's preparing the way for Yah, that day of Yah. Yah says, who can endure the day of his coming? Who can stand when he appears? For he will be like a refiner's fire or a launderer's soap. He will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. He will purify the Levites and refine them like silver and gold. And we know this can't happen with Jewish people because they're not Levites. They don't claim to be Levites. We know they're not Levites. And we don't even know who the Levites are amongst us. But y'all got something for the Levites. And he starts with the Levites when we were delivered out of Mizraim. He started with Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, Levites. Matter of fact, he made Moses' brother, Aaron, the priest, the high priest, the priest of the nation, him and his sons. They are priests of the nation forever. So Yah always starts with the Levites. And here again, when he begins to renew things and bring his judgment, he's stating that he's going to start with the Levites again. Then Yah will have men who bring offerings in righteousness. See, Christianity tells us that the sacrifice of Jesus did away with those sacrifices. No more sacrifices. Yah saying there's going to be sacrifices. Men are going to bring them. And the offerings of Yehuda and Jerusalem will be acceptable to Yah as in the days gone by, as in the former years. Yeah, so we're going to bring back the offerings that we made in the past when the house of Levi is purified and the priesthood is reestablished. That's what they do. I will come to put you on trial. Oh yeah, Yah going to test and judge every one of us, even the Levites. He says, I will be quick to testify against sorcerers, adulterers, perjurers, and against those who defraud laborers of their wages, who oppress the widow and the fatherless, and deprive the foreigners among you of justice, but do not fear me. And that's a lot of allegations: sorcery, adultery, perjury, defrauding people who work for you of their wages, oppressing the widow, the fatherless, and depriving foreigners of justice. This is what the Levites and the priests were doing back in ancient time. Excuse me. I, Yah, do not change. So you, the descendants of Yaakov, are not destroyed. So in other words, there's no such thing as a New Testament. Yah doesn't change. So he wouldn't bring any new thing on the scene. Ever since the time of your ancestors, have you turned away from my decrees and have not kept them? And that's true to this day. We still don't listen to Yah's commands or Yah's decrees. The decree that he's telling us now is to gather ourselves together, to seek him, to humble ourselves, to help the fatherless, the poor, the widow, to learn to do right. Yah says, return to me. Have we returned to Yah? Because that's a command that he's given us now. Come out of those churches. Come out of those mosques. Come out of atheist, what do they call it? People that don't believe in God.
Atheists?
Yeah, atheists. Most High says, return to me and I will return to you. This is what Yah Almighty is saying. This is what we ask. But we ask, how are we to return? Will a mere mortal rob Elohim? Yet you robbed me. Yah said we robbed him. But you ask, how are we robbing you? Yah said we rob him in tithes and in offerings. You are under a curse. Yes, we are under a curse, which is why we're in the situation we're in. Yah calls it a monstrosity. Your whole nation is a monstrosity because you are robbing me. We're robbing the Most High. Bring the whole tithe into your storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says Yah Almighty, and see if I will not open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it. So in other words, if we do the right thing by Yah, the blessings that he gives us in return will be so abundant, we can't even store it in our storehouses. Practically give it away. I'll prevent pests from devouring your crops. You don't need Roundup. What else they got out there that's killing crops and killing you too at the same time? You won't need Roundup. And the vines in your fields will not drop their fruit before it's ripe. Yeah, that food you buy in the store, they buy it way before it's ripe. And then they say they let it ripen. No, Yah's going to give you the ripened fruit. And I'm sure it's going to taste delicious, juicy and sweet.
And
And all,
healthy.
oh, yeah, healthy. No GMOs. Each seed after its own kind. Then all the nations will call you blessed. They're calling us cursed now. They're calling us Negroes and blacks and colors and African Americans and everything else under the sun. When Yah executes his plan, these nations are going to call us blessed. And we are a blessing to them even now under our curse. For yours will be a delightful land, says Yah Almighty. And you know how we get down when we happy. You have spoken arrogantly against me, says Yah. He's talking to the people of Israel. Us, we have spoke arrogantly against Yah. How? He says, yet you ask, what have we said against you, Yah? You have said, sounds like Job and his friends, this dialogue right here. It is futile to serve Elohim. Is it? What do we gain by carrying out his requirements and going about like mourners before Yah Almighty? What do we get out of it? But now we call the arrogant blessed. Yeah, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all the wicked of the world. We call them blessed, the arrogant. Certainly evildoers prosper. And we see that with our own eyes. And even when they put Elohim to the test, they get away with it. So far, so good. Then those who feared Yah talk with each other. Ain't that what we're supposed to do, Yamso?
Yes, sir. That's what we're getting at. Yes, sir.
Try to get it together. Try to figure out what Yah's plan is. If you're fearing Yah, we're supposed to talk to each other, reason with each other, work with each other, help each other. And Yah listen and heard because Yah's watching. He's watching what we're doing. We may talk a good talk, but he's watching our actions.
Hallelujah.
A scroll of remembrance. While Yah's watching and listening, there's a scroll being written. I hope my name is in it. I hope Yam Suf's name is in it. I hope Sister Nasanya's name is in it, because we trying to do what Yah told us to do. We turn to Yah, we're talking to each other, and we're trying to get it together. We know we ain't all correct. We ain't 100%, because Yah got to clean us up and heal us from our wounds, from the post-traumatic slave syndrome that we're suffering as a people. But we have to be the ones that initiate this thing. Yeah, we have to be the ones who fear Yah and talk with each other. And while Yah's listening to us and hearing us, he says a scroll of remembrance was written in his presence concerning those who feared Yah and honored his name, which is why we open up the show with honoring, praising, exalting, giving glory, praise, honor to Yah, who deserves it. On a day when I act, we know that day is the day of judgment, that day that Yah talks about explicitly through the prophets. On that day when I act, says Yah Almighty, they will be my treasured possession. The ones who talk to each other, fear Yah, and try to get on track with his plan. They will be my treasured possession. I will spare them, just as a father has compassion and spares his son who serves him. You have to be serving Yah to be spared on a day of judgment. You can't be serving Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Mishnah, and all these other man-made gods and religions. You got to be serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on the day that he brings his judgment.
Hallelujah.
And you will again see the distinction, because we can't see it now, between the righteous and the wicked. We could kind of see it between those who serve Elohim and those who do not, because we don't really know. People faking the funk, they calling on Yah, they going through the ceremonies and the rituals and all that. They crying and weeping and fasting, but only Yah knows who's really serving him. And then that day we're gonna find out who serves him and who doesn't, who's righteous and who's wicked. Praise Yah and bless his holy name.
Praise Yah and bless his holy name. That's very succinct and astute of Brother Cottrell, and very poignant. I have nothing to say in regards to other than this. Brother Cottrell showed you, by virtue of the Most High Word, about talking with one another. How to initiate that. It's simply this. Turn away from your idolatry. Turn to the Most High. First, cry out to the Most High. Secondly, cry out by virtue of what our ancients got us into, universally speaking, and cry out for ourselves, contemporary speaking. The evidence speaks for itself. And with that, gather yourselves together. And when you gather yourself together, you can speak to one another. You can do things constructive and a positive. You can show your love and actions toward one another. And it should look like this. Do good by your widow women. Do good by your orphans. Do good by strangers, different nations. And do good by each other. And simply say it, learn. Goodness don't come on you by chance or a happenstance. It comes on you by virtue of the study of it. And you see the contrasting difference between good and evil and bad. Learn to do good. That's how you initiate it. Praise the Most High. So I asked Nasanya, do you have any comments or commentaries on what Brother Cottrell shared in his studies for the night?
No, I do not. I do not. Thank y'all so much. No, I do not.
Thank you, Nasanya. Well, Brother Cottrell, thank you again, brother, for the students. And praise the Most High for you, brother, for your love for the Most High and your love for the nation. That being said, we've concluded our studies for the night. But Nasanya, as a daughter of Zion, like all of you daughters of Zion, a hand that rocks the cradle, have done her due diligence, moral obligation as a daughter of Zion by being the administrator of this show, keeping us in alignment and formation. Brother Cottrell and I, we've done our due diligence, moral obligation as elders of the nation. We brought to you Yah's word. We can do no more in that regard. It's incumbent upon each of you to do something for yourself, which is meditate on the Most High word. Trust in the Most High word. Lean on the Most High word. Let the Most High word be your footsteps, your pathways. You see, the Most High word is going to work in spite of us and or irregardless of us. But individually, for each of you, it'll work much more better if you activate it. You initiate it, as Brother Cottrell made reference to. You initiate it by turning back to the Most High. Initiate the plan. The Most High word will work if you work it. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. That being said, I'm going to ask Nasanya, the administrator of the show, my show, do she have any closing remarks and comments? Then I will ask Brother Cottrell, our friend, fellow elder, and elder on the council, do he have any closing remarks and comments? Then closes out for the night. Praise the Most High. Nasanya, your mic is hot.
Only thing I have is shalom and good night until tomorrow.
Thank you, Nasanya. Shalom and good night. Brother Cottrell.
I would like to see some of the notes that Nasanya's taking because she's been kind of quiet. That's all right.
She got a big notebook pad over here, believe it.
Okay. Notes is being taken. I promise. I just it's sometimes like most times when we read the answers that I'm asking, you guys just you go ahead and actually already answer the questions that I'm asking that I have already. So I just go along with it, keep them in notations, and just keep moving.
Well, you know what, Brother Cottrell, I know my Esau. My Esau, like most students out there who've never been privy to the Most High word in the sequence that we're doing it, the entirety. Sometimes they have these wild moments. My Esau, although her father was a conscious Israelite, even that being said, she has these wild moments. And I suspect my Esau is just like a lot of students out there. and defense, they have these wow moments. All this stuff I've been going through, and it was just there in my face all the time. Praise the Most High.
And the beauty of Yah is that he gives us the diagnosis, shows us the what, who, what, when, where, and how we got here, what we did to get here, what we should be doing to get out of here. He gives us the diagnosis and the antidote. And we got to take the antidote. It's like the medicine, but his medicine don't have no aftertaste, don't have no side effects. It don't make you drowsy when you drive. His antidotes lift you up spiritually, mentally, and physically. And that's what we need. So we need to understand the instructions that Yah has given us as a solution to our problem and apply them. It ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna give you no side effects. It ain't gonna make you drowsy when you drive. We need to take the solutions that Yah has given us. And I ask that Yah, may the words of our mouth and meditations of our heart be acceptable to him, our rock, our redeemer, our Father, our King, and may he bless the works of our hand. May the Most High continue to bless and be with us. We love y'all. Shalom and good night.
We love y'all. Shalom and good night.
Oh, oh. Somebody calling my name. I went down to see. Heard a little small voice calling down at me. How you know my name? Why you calling me? I don't know what to say. He said this was meant to be. Wasn't calling out my name, calling me today. How can I break it down? I didn't know what to say. Wasn't calling out my name, calling near and far. Tell me what you want. He said, let me in your heart, let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Somebody calling my name. I went down to see. Heard a little small voice calling down at me. How you know my name? How you know my name? Why you calling me? I don't know what to say. They said this was meant to be. This was meant to be. Calling my name, calling me today. How can I break it down? I didn't know what to say. He's calling out my name, calling near and far. Tell me in your heart. He said, let me in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Let me in your heart. Let wisdom in your heart. Call your name.
Does not wisdom call and understanding put forth her voice? In the top of high places by the way, where the paths met, she stands. Beside the gates at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors, she cries aloud, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice to the sons of men. O ye thoughtless, understand prudence, and ye fools, be ye in understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. What could I do? Wisdom calling me over here, over there. Seems like everywhere.
Let me in your heart.
praise, the first of his works of old. I was set up from everlasting from the beginning, or ever the earth was. The fear of Yah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the All-Holy is understanding. But by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. That's all, that's all, that's all. Hey, you gotta let go, gotta can't do it, I just can't do it without it. No, can't do it, gotta can't do it, gotta can't do it, and that's all that's been on. Oh, wisdom, oh yeah. Said I want you. Now therefore, I need you. Ye children, hearken unto me. Stay with me. For happy are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Happy is the man that hearkeneth to me. Watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life and obtaineth favor of Yah. But he that misseth me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. Love death. Love death.